Today we're going to talk about the Synergy Marker Loader Combo Kit. It's a matched and balanced system, and what that means is the electronic programming of the board in the marker and the electronic programming of the loader are designed, developed, and tested all at the same time for optimum performance. Okay, now that we've gone through the basics, let's look at each individual product and talk about the key features. This is the VL Force Loader. It's continuous force and it'll feed paintballs up to 18 balls a second on marker continuously. It has a split body design, which means you pull the body apart like this. Very easy to clean and get inside, and this is how you install the battery, so no more battery doors to worry about. It also has this flexible jam-free propeller, which helps to keep the force feed going and it'll never break paint. Alright, we covered the Force Loader. Now let's look at the Synergy Marker itself. A couple of key features that are unique about this is have 4 fire modes, including some tournament legal. There's an NPPL semi-auto, there's a PSP Ramp, which is a lot of fun, NXL full auto, takes a little bit of practice, and 3-shot burst, which is actually my favorite fire mode, and you'll see later when we shoot why that is. This also includes what's called speed dial. It's a unique feature that nobody else has, and it's very cool. We'll show you that as well. A couple of other key features mechanically in this thing. It has an adjustable regulator. You adjust it down in here. A lot of markers in this price point don't have adjustable regulators. 14-inch barrel. Longer barrels are better, a lot more accurate. It has a spring-loaded bolt. This main bolt in here has a spring inside of it, so it will actually collapse. So when it hits a paintball, it's going to compress the spring and it won't break paint. So that's another key feature to remember. And the other cool thing is this magnet assisted trigger. The trigger doesn't use a spring, it's a magnet in there that pulls it back, and it has 2 set screws, so it's a 2-way adjustable magnet assisted trigger. Another feature to note in this is that it has a mechanical safety right here, this push button, so it has that as well as the electronic safety of turning it off and on. So it's a very safety conscious product. And then last but not least, this marker will run on either CO2 or compressed air. Okay, before we get to the navigation, electronic programming, I've got this grip panel off here so that you can see that there are 2 buttons that operate this marker. There's one inside of here underneath the grip panel, and there's a little cheat sheet that shows you how to navigate that. And then there's a button on the back of the marker. Now, the button on the back does several things. It turns the marker off and on, and it gives you access to what we call speed dial. The button on the inside allows you to change the modes. Let's go ahead and turn it on because I want to show you speed dials. You hold the button down till the light comes on, then you let go. Now it's in green, it means it's the battery's good. What this LED light in the back will tell you is a couple of things. It'll tell you if it's on or off. It'll tell you if the batteries are low, it'll be red. And it lets you know when you're in the mode to change the speed dial mode. So it's important to note that when you're turning it off, hold the button down till the light goes red, and then let go of the button, and it'll shut off for you. You can see that it's flashing once and then a pause, once and then a pause. That means it's in mode 1. If you look at your cheat sheet here, mode 1 means semi-automatic, 1 ball per trigger pull. Okay, so from this mode now, if you want to see what's the maximum speed of semi-automatic, you hold the button down till it turns orange, then you let go, and it'll flash back at you to let you know what the maximum speed is. So hold it down till it turns orange, you let go, and now it'll tell you the speed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. So it's set at 12 right now. It's going to shoot at a rate of 12 balls a second, it's the maximum. Of course, in semi, it's only going to shoot as fast as you pull the trigger, but the maximum's set at 12. If you want to change that, you hold it down till the light goes orange, then you let go of the button and you tap it the number of times you want to change it to. So okay, to change the speed dial to 15, you hold the button down till it turns orange, you let go and you tap it 15 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now give it a second and it'll count back to you. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we just reset the maximum rate of fire to 15. This is really going to come in handy when you're shooting it actually in the what we call enhanced modes, which is 3-shot burst, full auto, or PSP Ramp, when the electronics actually take over and allow the marker or push the marker to shoot faster than you're pulling the trigger. So full auto and those modes is really where you're going to see the difference. If you accidentally reset the speed down, it's no big deal. Real easy to reset. We'll do that again a 3rd time just to make sure you get it. So we'll hold it down till it turns orange. And I'm going to reset it to, let's see, let's just do 5. So it reconfirms that it's at 5, and right now you can hear that. no matter how fast I pull the trigger, it's not going to fire faster than 5 balls a second. So let's just go ahead and change it to something like 12 again, and you can hear the difference in the solenoid clicking versus my trigger pull. So, okay, so now let's hear what it sounds like. So now that we've kind of gone through those navigations, let's talk a little bit about changing the actual fire mode. Right now, there's also an LED light inside. It's always going to be red. It only tells you what mode you're in. That's the only function of this light. You get that information from the back as well, but we added the light inside so you can navigate it from the inside without having to look back and forth. So if you want to change it, right now it's in one mode, mode 1, excuse me. We have this cheat sheet here that says that's semi-automatic. So if you want to change it to the next, which is PSP Ramp, you touch the button one time, and now see how it's flashing twice and then a pause, twice and then a pause. So this is PSP Ramp set at 15, and let's hear what that sounds like. So that's an enhanced mode. That's what happens when the electronics take over and push the marker to fire at 15. Even though you're only pulling the trigger at a rate of about 5 pulls a second, the marker will shoot 15. So this is where speed dial really becomes helpful for you. If you don't want to shoot as much paint, we'll shoot a little slower. Some fields may ask you to shoot a little slower so that they don't want you to shoot up the beginning players that may be out there. Let's go ahead and change it to, let's say, 10 just for arguments. Okay, so now let's try and see what PSP Ramp sounds like when it's capped at 10. So if we want to go ahead and go to NXL Full Auto, touch it again, and now it should flash 3 times and a pause. Okay, so now it's NXL Full Auto. And what NXL Full Auto means, most people think of Full Auto, you just hold the button down, the trigger down, excuse me, and the marker will fire. Well, on this one, NXL, the first 3 shots are semi-auto, and then you have to hold it down on the 4th trigger pull. The top of the league, of the PSP X-Ball League, is called the NXL, and the players that compete in the NXL League, that's what their markers are set at. That's part of how we define this as the firepower of the pros. So if you want to learn how to shoot like those guys, it takes a little bit of practice to learn this, but it's kind of fun. Anyway, you got, see, if you pull the trigger too slow, it won't go into full auto, right? So right now, let's go ahead and change the speed dial so you guys can see that we can make this thing shoot up to 15. So hold it down until it turns orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So wait till it confirms. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that and see what the difference is there. The thing about NXL that's hard to learn, it takes a little bit of practice, is the first 3 trigger pulls have to be pretty fast. If they're not fast, you won't ever activate the full auto. So you can see that one. There's a couple times I wasn't able to get it into full auto. The next mode is 3-shot burst. This is actually the one I like the most. Touch the button one more time, and now it goes to mode 4. It flashed 4 times. Mode 4, here's your little cheat sheet. 3-shot burst. So 3-shot burst is pretty basic and easy to understand. Every trigger pull is going to be 3 shots. Pretty basic, but you can also pull the trigger fast and it'll shoot pretty darn fast too. So you got both features. You've got kind of like a ramping feature, and you've got 3-shot burst. Now, just so we can go through it one more time, we're going to go ahead and go through speed dial. If you want to make it shoot a little slower, let's say you want to conserve paint, you hold this button down, it goes orange, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do 5 just for giggles. Okay, so it's at 5. So let's hear what 3-shot burst sounds like at 5 balls a second. So you can hear that it's much, much slower, but helps you to understand the speed dial.